Now for our next example, we're going to find the area of this figure. We will follow the same 4 steps. Step 1, break the figure down into shapes that you recognize. So I'm going to draw a line here to break this shape into a rectangle and a trapezoid. Step 2, find any missing dimensions. Now there are a few dimensions here that I'm not quite sure about. One, I need to know across the top, this 20 feet. So I know that at the bottom here, this rectangle is 10 feet. So that means up here is also 10 feet. And if this total length is 20 feet and this much of it is 10, then if I subtract the 20 and 10, I know that this part, which is part of my trapezoid, is going to be 10 feet. And the other part I need to figure out is this red line. So again, this side of my rectangle is 16 feet long. And if I know part of it is 8, that leaves another 8 for my missing red line. Step 3, find the area of each shape. So first, let's find the area of our rectangle. So we do length times width, which is going to be 16 times 10 for a total of 160 square feet. Next, we'll find the area of the trapezoid. We use the same formula, 1/2 times height times base 1 plus base 2. The height is 8 feet, that red line that I drew, and our two bases are the 10 feet and the 5 feet. So if I multiply 1/2 times 8, I get 4. And then at the same time, I'm going to add 10 and 5 to get 15. So the trapezoid is 60 square feet. My next step is to add the areas of the individual figures. So I add 160 to 60 and I get 220 square feet for the total area of this figure. Next, I want you to try one on your own. So you're following the same 4 steps. Break this figure up into shapes that you know. Write down any missing dimensions. Find the area of the individual shapes and then add those areas together. You will need to copy this shape down onto your paper because this is much easier to figure out if you have the shape written down. You should pause this video and only press play once you've tried this problem on your own. Okay, you ready for the answer? I drew a line here and I found that the rectangle is 13 times 3, which is 39 centimeters squared. And the triangle is 1/2 times 7 times 10. So to find the area of a triangle, you do 1/2 times base times height. So the 1/2 is part of my formula. I got this 7 by doing 2 plus 3 plus 2. And that gets me 7 for the base of the triangle. And this 10 that's written on the outside of the triangle is the height of the triangle. So I multiply that all together and I get 35 square centimeters. So the total area is 74 square centimeters.